Okay. This doesn't really matter. I don't really like the outfits in this game. They're too much. It's too much. And if you don't choose the same set, it looks awful. What is that? That looks okay. What does it look like? That's not bad. Shoes really don't matter at all. They all look really bad. Okay, I guess. Do we want a beard? I think we do. Yeah. Okay, a name. I guess a lot of people choose it based on their chunk they're going in, but I don't know what chunk I want to be in. So I think we'll probably just do something generic, like chunk. I mean, surely that's taken. Chunk dude. Chunk guy. Chunky. Chunky. No. Chunk. Chunk bro. Chunk. Chunkers. How's that taken? Chunks. Chunksy. 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 Okay. Chunksy's available. It's kind of lame. Chunksy. No. Oh, okay, that's taken. What about, like, lockdown. That's dumb. Locked up. Locked. No, I like something chunk. I'm chunk. I am chunky. Oh, that's good. I am chunky. I'm chunky. I like that. Okay, let's do it. I have played very recently, as in like 2 hours ago. It is Birthwarp. We're gonna skip it because it doesn't matter. Now here's the issue. Well, I guess it's not really an issue. Kinda is, but in old school, you would start in Lumbridge. Here, you start in Birthwarp, and that's fine, but whatever chunk we pick is most likely going to be a lot farther than from the chunk that you start for Lumbridge, from Lumbridge. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm gonna change this UI here because this is terrible. There's this new awesome feature here where you can search profiles and get layouts. So this is my other account, and I like it. Wait, save it next time. What we'll do here is we'll go to legacy settings, legacy interface, and then transparency all the way down, and it's beautiful. Okay, it's gonna want me to do this tutorial here, but I'm just gonna bypass that with the activity tracker. I think you can do that. I think you actually have to do something in settings, tutorial. If disabled, the Birthwarp tutorial is treated as complete. Cool. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna get rid of this. And that. And keep notes. Quests. We'll keep that. Okay. Let's actually make this smaller. We'll eat the shrimp. We'll drop the dagger. And for all intents and purposes, we should be ready to go. Okay, now we need to pick a chunk. And this is the tricky part, because chunk picker doesn't work the same. Well, it does. It works the same as old school, but the issue is that there's not a chunk locked plugin like there is in RuneLite. So we basically have to play. We have to be safer because we can't see chunk boundaries in RS3. So we just kind of have to look at the map and see where we think the boundary cutoff is, and I think for the most part it won't be too bad, but there might be some areas where it's like, okay, well, does that stretch into my chunk or not? And we have to be careful there. For rules, I'm going a little bit modified here, so we're gonna go vanilla, because I just think the way that RS3 is, I think the vanilla presets will work better with RS3, but we'll see. So we'll go vanilla, and then let's look at some of the rules here. So show skill tasks, we want that. achievement task we want, quest task we want. Show quest task only when the whole quest is completable. No, that's fine. Best in slot for prayer boosting gear. Yeah, overall melee is fine. We don't want like highest defense only. That looks fine. Must obtain items that are best in slot, add quality of life for skilling, elite skilling outfits, seed bags. I don't hate that, but I just think that's gonna be a pain in the ass, because there's like this, like archaeology relics for skilling, like it's gonna be too much, I think. So I don't have the mental capacity to deal with that, so we'll skip that. Area tasks are fine. Combat mastery achievements, no. Completion achievements, absolutely not. Must complete master quest cape achievements. I mean, I don't think we necessarily need to select that. Like, if we get to the point where we can complete all the quests in the game, I don't think we'll have an issue there. We're not going to do skill capes. No. Crafted items can be wielded as part of a chunk task. Crafted items can be wielded as part of a chunk task. I don't hate that. Crafted items, bows, metal armor, weapons, etc. can be wielded as part of a chunks task. Turn the music down. Sound effects way too high. Okay. Yeah, I don't hate that. I think that'll be fun. I think that's good. Allow items attained from activities inside distractions or diversions to count as chunk tasks. Okay, so like the divination equipment from caches. I don't think we'll do that because some of that stuff is like time gated. And I don't really want to be like locked down because I can't do something for a day. No, okay. Allow agility shortcuts to count as primary method for training agility. No. Allow agility shortcuts to count as an agility task. Yes. Because it's not going to... Yeah, I think that works. I don't like this. I think this is really stupid. So, like, I don't know if it's like it in old school. I think it is, but food scales with your constitution. So the higher your constitution, the higher a food can heal up to a certain cap. And so this would basically mean that I would have to train my constitution to a certain level to get the full health needed. And if I run into an instance where like I need to cook a shark and I'm cooking a shark at 10 combat, I don't really like that. I think that's boring. Must unlock all reward locked abilities, including necromancy incantations. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Cleaning, grabbing herbs, making unfinished potions can count as a chunk task. I think that's okay. Hunter, allow imps in underground areas, Puro, City of etc. and their drops to count towards chunk tasks. That's fine. Minesweeper for primary training. Hunter, I think, is okay. Yeah, that's fine. Spells count as a way to process runes via magic, and therefore can count as a chunk task. Allow all spells to count as possible magic skill task, otherwise only utility spells like hack. Okay, that's fine. Allow mage training arena to be required. No. Getting the level to mine all tiers of shooting stars counts as a mining task. Hell no. Keely's knowledge impossible, yes. Must be able to activate all prayers possible, no. Allow playing gnome ball to count as a primary training method for agility and range, no. Using Slayer equipment can count as for a chunk task, no. Completing Slayer contracts off task count as a primary training method. Completing Slayer contracts off task. How do you complete a Slayer contract off task? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it though. Smelting, yeah, that's good. Must obtain items from collection log, does nothing on its own. Must obtain items from collection logs. See, I actually like this. Must obtain items from boss collection log. Must obtain items from Slayer collection log. Arc journal's fine. Minifos journal. Must fill out the player owned. So this is going to be time gated. I'm going to take that off. The Daemonheim, the Dungeoneering journals, it's just boring. I don't like that. I'm going to take that off. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to take it off. We'll do that work. Yeah, so when we unlock archaeology, we'll be required to complete all of the collections. That we have unlocked. Yes. All in-game earnable titles, that's crazy. Must complete every scroll in the player on port. No. Okay. Okay. Item sources. Killing a boss can be used for a chunk task. Yep. Do we want to do hard? I don't think we're going to do hard mode on that because that's going to really... I'm going to say no for the hard mode. I don't think I'm good enough for that. Allow items obtained from minigame rewards to count towards chunk task. Yes. Item spawns count as a primary access to an item and can be used as a primary way to train a skill if needed. So if like the iron bar spawn in the wildy, no, I don't think I'm going to do that because then I'm just like world hopping a lot and I don't, again, it's boring. Must buy every item from every shop within your chunks once. No. And then miscellaneous. Must obtain hero items as part of the chunk tasks. I don't even know what a hero item is. Okay, I think the rules are good. I'm happy with that. So let's look at the map. Right now I'm free to play. At some point, I will make this account members. But for now, we're keeping it free to play. I think there's a lot in RuneScape 3 as free to play. I think there is too in old school. But in RS3, it feels like there's might be a little bit more. There's definitely like some areas that are unlocked, like Berthorpe and Taverley. You can get through this gate here. There's stuff to do here. There's some like mini games and stuff that are unlocked for free to play. There's even like a few bosses and stuff like that. So, but the question is what do we want to unlock? Because there's also some really, really tough grinds in RS3 as an Iron Man. Believe it or not. I'm really not opposed to like a Lumbridge start. I think that'll probably be a pretty good introduction for anyone that's never played RS3. I just logged out there. For those that haven't played RS3, to see RS3 and see it in like the most pure form of RuneScape, being Lumbridge. So let's just look at like what a Lumbridge task could look like, or a Lumbridge starting chunk. So here's an issue. There's a Slayer Master in Lumbridge. Which, is cool, but I'm worried. I don't know what her task list looks like. I think for the most part, a lot of her tasks are in Lumbridge. It's like spiders and goblins and shit like that. But yeah, let's see. So broad arrows, bunch of Slayer stuff. These instant sticks. We can do Vine Sweeper, U-Logs. Yeah, so we'll be doing a lot of wood cutting at the start. But I'm not opposed to that. Can we do that quest? Let me see. What's it called? What is that quest even called? The one with Caitlyn in the like dungeon. I forget what it's called. I think a Lumbridge starting task would be cool, or starting chunk. I think it could be really fun, very nostalgic. we'll have access to a Slayer Master, which could be cool. There's also some cool things in Lumbridge. Like there's the market, which has some thieving potential. I think we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna unlock Lumbridge. Okay, we've unlocked Lumbridge. Let's calculate our tasks here. I'm gonna adjust this here so you guys can see this. Beautiful. Fits nicely. Okay, we are not going to be doing the Halloween event. Move this. Okay, I think that looks good. All right, let's go to Lumbridge. We don't have home teleport. So we'll just have to run there. So we're gonna unlock music tracks, but it's whatever. Just cut through here. Skybox set to. Yeah. I think the music could go up a little bit. Beautiful. Look at all these music tracks we're getting. Shoot. Is what it is. distance. Let's put it high. Okay, outer run right as we get here. Okay, now because this is RuneScape 3, we don't have rune light for like chunk boundary overlays, so we kind of have to be creative here. I think for the most part, our task list will kind of tell us, you know, it's going to show us what we can and can't do, obviously, but should help us understand like what's in our boundary and what's not. So like just by looking at the map, we've got the outside bank, which is awesome. We've got to the Alcarade gate, and then we've got kind of just to the entrance of the graveyard, and then behind the castle we get just on the west side of the wall, but we basically got like the entire market, which I didn't think we were gonna get. So let me just go check that out real quick. Actually, first let me grab the lodestone. And this is actually good too. I mean, it's free to teleport there. It's free to teleport. There's no cooldown. I mean, just in this one chunk, it's not that big of a deal to get back quicker, but it is nice to have. But if we're looking at the market here, first of all, we have this bank right here, which is great. But if we're looking at the market, we get basically in line with, what is that? I think we get the entire thing. I think it looks like we get like just to the edge of this door. It looks like it's just, yeah, so it's not that one. It's this one. So we've got access all the way down here. So as long as we stay on the south side of that door, it looks like we can pretty much get all of these stalls, because then our west boundary was the edge of that building. So we've got from here to here. Yeah, it looks like all the stalls, which is awesome because we've got bakery stall for cakes and shit like that. A lot of these stalls I don't even know what you get from, but regardless, we have them. We have a general store here, and there's an achievement. And what we actually will do is we'll go ahead and take some of this stuff. But I need to look at our tasks. Okay. So a lot of it is like, a lot of the equipment stuff is Slayer. It's Slayer, it's fishing, it's wood cutting, 62 thieving. I think that's gonna be fine because we have the stalls. So nothing here is really like too too crazy. So let's just start. I think we just start with getting a Slayer task here. That's going to check off one of the boxes right away. But Jacqueline here is she's kind of like a companion to what's the guy's name in Berthorpe? What's that dude's name? Turiel? Is it Turiel? Who are you? It doesn't tell you. I think it's Turiel. Or not Turiel. Yeah, Turiel. But she'll give us tasks here. Hopefully, it's in bounds. Should be. It's probably spiders or goblins. Okay, we'll get that. It's cows. Forgot about cows. Cows will be okay. I just won't be able to get any of the drops. We'll have to kill them from over the fence. Wait. She doesn't even sell. She doesn't sell the... Oh, it's because I'm not a member. That's why. Is that, can you even... I'm not even sure if you can set that as a rule. Chunk rules. Restrict to free-to-play skills, items, tasks only. I think we'll wait to do that because I might get membership for this before we even complete this chunk. So for now, we still have level requirements to get for all of her stuff anyways. So we'll just hold off on that. Let's go check Bob. So our southern boundary here is basically here. So we can't go past this little path here. Basically in line with the mausoleum or the catacombs. Which is fine. We'll get an entire set of equipment. What's better? I think we'll take the bronze battle axes. And then the throwing axes will be a little bit of range training there. We'll add this stuff to our tool belt. Already on my tool belt, so we'll drop this. Okay, so we can check off some tasks here. We did, we got a task, a Slayer task, which is this one. We did, I think this is browse the Lumbridge store. We did that. We'll probably just knock out all the achievements in one go. They don't take that long. Same with the quests. But I really just want to get into some training. So we'll do... What do we want to start doing? Let's just kill some stuff. So there's cows. I don't think they wander out of the pen like they do in old school. So I don't really think that's an option. But yeah, let's just get to it. So we actually need a couple drops from these guys. We've got the Goblin Mail and the Goblin Book, which shouldn't be too bad. I think the Goblin Book's like a 1 in 128. Staff of Air. So I think this is true. In RuneScape 3, you're pretty much guaranteed to get like the beginner equipment as a free-to-play and like your first couple kills. So like I should see I think a charge bow in one of these kills. And with magic in RS3, you don't, I think the beginner spell, you don't actually need anything. Yeah, you just need air rune, or you just need air runes, but you get it from your staff. So there's the charge bow. So now we basically have access to train mage, we have access to train range. Yeah. And we have area loot, which area loot is awesome. There's the Goblin Mail. So that's one off the list. Beautiful. Okay, I do kind of have to be careful here because this is a hardcore account. another interesting thing about RuneScape 3 is that you can configure your XP regardless of what weapon you're using, right? So like you can get XP in all 3 attack styles, even if you're just using like, you know, something that doesn't have shared XP, like a weapon without shared XP. So I'm just gonna take some of this off. I think we'll just start with strength for now. But you can do the same thing with mage and range as well. Grapes. What's so crazy is grapes in RS3 are like pretty valuable. Like that was a 20k drop. Grapes are almost 7k each. Hopefully I don't die here. I think what we'll do is actually we'll train a little bit of thieving. Okay, I'm just gonna run away. We'll train a little bit of thieving so we can steal from the baker's stall, and just get some cakes. I think it's 10. Is it 10? 5. So that shouldn't take too long. And it is a member's skill, but we can at least get it to, I think they cap out at 10. No, they cap out, oh, I won't even be able to do that. Oh wait, yeah, I will. Yeah, it caps out at, it looks like 5, so I think we'll be okay. Wait. Steal from bigger stall, yeah, we'll be fine. Banking actually heals you too. Although I don't know if, maybe that's just a members thing. Looks like it is. So while you're in a bank, you can recover health. And then there's just a bunch of like random people around here. We've also got like auto pickpocketing too. So you don't have to worry about like right clicking and pickpocketing every time. It'll just auto do it. And I'm getting super lucky here. It's usually not. It's not like this all the time. See. So this dodgy flyer here is the start of the buyers and sellers quest, which I can't get to. It's just on the other side of my boundary, which is strange because the chunk task I think says to pickpocket or to steal from a safe that's over here in this house, but I can't even start that quest. So I don't even think I can do that. We'll have to just see when we get there, but they're all like up there. I think I can get there. Yeah, I have just behind this wall I can get to. actually need to refresh the chunk task because I set it to, oh no, I didn't set it to free to play, that's right. That's fine. There's 4. Couple more should do it. And there we go. There's 5. Let's get some cakes. There are guards here. But I think... So I have just to there. There's a spot here, which I think... No, I think that's too far. You can stand in this spot and they won't see you. I think we'll be okay here. What does suck is I'm not gonna get thieving XP from this. But shouldn't need too many cakes for what we need to do. So we'll probably just grab an inventory here. Run. Okay. Their aggro boundary is pretty low, which is good. Okay, let's just take a few of those. I'm kind of debating on just like going ahead and starting training magic and range because I need that to kill the cows. So we'll do that. Oh, I forgot the spiders are range run. Okay, so we're not going to attack the spiders. So I have to be a little bit careful here because we have Dragon's Breath. I think I'll probably take that off rotation. I'm gonna need a lot of money too, because if we have to buy all the Slayer equipment, it's gonna be expensive. So I'll probably just pick up everything, honestly. The bank's so close. Oh, I have defense on. Change that. More grapes. So we just unlocked our first ultimate, which is cool. There it is, Omni Power. What it's called, yeah. I'm not gonna worry about training prayer right now, really. I think what we'll do, since we're safe spotting, we'll just go clear out the inventory so we can get more of this stuff. These savage plates are pretty interesting. They sell for quite a bit. So basically, during this, I think it was the smithing and the mining rework, they changed how drops work in that you don't get like basic weapon drops anymore. You get these plates. And they're kind of like equivalent to what the weapon drop would be. So like a tiny spiky bronze salvage would have been like, you know, a bronze sword or like a bronze dagger maybe. And then something like the plate would have been like, you know, the bronze shield drop or something like that. But they alch for, you know, you basically use them mostly to alch or to disassemble for invention. But it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a huge change or anything like that. Okay, I think the bread dough. Is the bread dough important? I think we need that for something. Do we have to bake something? Cooking. Well, jug of wine. So, okay. Okay. Wait, but can I even use? No, because you need. Oh yeah, you can. Okay. Normal combat is a lot easier in RS3 than I would say in old school. With the abilities, you know, your DPS feels a little bit higher. I don't know if it truly is, but you know, on this lower level stuff, like you don't need a huge level and a certain skill to be able to like do damage. There's an air talisman. Let's see what this looks like. These might actually be better to train on anyways because they have higher HP. I'll actually put Dragon's Breath back on. I think we'll only be able to get Slayer to 5, so we'll do this task and then see what our next task will be. And I believe they're all in this chunk. The only thing that I'm worried about potentially is something that's in the catacombs or like the caves, the Lumberjack Swamp caves, which I won't be able to get to. So we could potentially get locked out there, but we'll see. And we should actually have access to the ham hideout. You know, it's not. It's over here. It's not over, you know, way over there, like it is in old school. It's right here, which I'm surprised that's not. There's no task from that. I guess there wouldn't be from thieving because the stalls are higher. Drops wise, isn't there like a steel? Well, we can't mine here, so there's no requirement for pickaxe. But it'll be good thieving training. Although, when they kick me out, I don't know where they're gonna put me. also don't remember how many she told me to kill. There's 10 magic. Well, we're gonna max out on Slayer probably before we even finish this task. Oh, I'm an idiot. Can I take that? I can. Wow. Of course I could. Okay, so we can get the drops. We'll use area loot from goblins. Nice. Okay. So that will work. Sweet. Let's see how much these sell for. Actually, I want to keep a... what is going on with my mouse? Okay. Not bad. So if we come over here, take these bones, area loot pops up, and then we should be able to get the meat and the hides. I don't think we can do anything with the hides just yet. gotta go pee. I'll be right back. Back. 5 Slayer. We are capped out at Slayer now, which is fine. Look, here's a super cow. Okay, so like in old school, like superior monsters, they have that. They have that in RuneScape as well, but you don't have to buy it. It's out of the box. And I think it works similarly. It's like an extra roll on the drop table. And I think you might actually... The craziest drop you can get from a cow in RuneScape. Amazing. And that finishes the task. I completely forgot about that. That's great. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. I hate having a messy bank. So we'll do like a skilling tab here. Bones we'll actually just keep here. Go in food. That'll go in food. Runes, and then we'll do like that, and then like weapons and shit here. That'll go in there. That'll go in there. Okay. I like that. Alright, let's go see what other task she's gonna give me. If she even does. She might not even do it. No, she should. I just won't get XP anymore, which is annoying. 21 rats. Okay. Rats are easy. Typically, with this task, you would go to the catacombs or back here. But I don't think there's really any way for me to get these giant rats. What is our southern boundary again? So we can technically go, like here-ish, roughly. Like basically behind this and in line with this. But I don't think giant rats come this close. Not that it really matters, but and I think these rats are similar in like old school. They have like a 1 second respawn timer. Is it that one? Yeah. There's really no point in doing this task right now. Yeah, so you can't even spend reward points. We could buy some spike gauntlets, which I think might be my only leather gloves, or like glove options. And they're hybrid armor, so they don't really affect any stats negatively. But we have 5k, which is awesome because we're gonna need money for hatchets, right? We can get up to adamant, which is going to make the wood cutting tasks a lot easier. Yeah, so let's look at our tasks. Raw salmon. Now we can fish for food, which I didn't even think about. Yeah, really the only big things here is 70 wood cutting, and like that's not gonna be that difficult. We have access to oaks, willows, and then the yew is over there. So we'll be at willows for quite a bit, I think. What is there's a fletching requirement, surely. 60 fletching, 60 fire making. Probably just start on the woodcutting grind. Okay. And what we'll do is we can make a, what are they called, a log box, which will improve our XP an hour as well. Another great thing about RuneScape 3 is trees, at least normal trees, don't always go out on the first chop, which is awesome. So you'll get a couple logs typically, unlike that one, before they fall. So what do we need for... Let's see. Iron 10, steel 20. Okay. We're gonna have to cut more normal logs than just 10 wood cutting, because we're also gonna have to get fletching and fire making. Yeah. We'll also get some of these too, these wood knots. Basically what that is like, oh no, we won't get this. If you're using the Dwarven Army Axe, which you get from Berthorpe, you get those and they can give you a little bit of crafting XP, but we won't get those. It's fine. Is there more trees over there? Yeah. No. Wood box. So I think in old school with the forestry update, I think they have something similar to this, but basically it just acts as like extra storage. So when your inventory gets full, you can fill it. Gives you more inventory to keep chopping wood. But it's really nice for like when you're like grinding a skill, because you don't have to go to the bank as much. Flying. We're flying. We are flying. Boom, just like that. Fill her back up. We're flying. We are flying. Level 11. think we'll probably go upgrade the axe after this. Yeah, we'll get, well, what is steel? Is it 20? Yeah, 20. Yeah, so we'll get iron after this. It's not gonna be like overly better, but it's a cheap upgrade. Iron. It's actually kind of expensive. Maybe we just hold out. I think we just hold out until steel. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know how long we're gonna have to do these. Fire making's pretty fast. Fletching is kind of slow. I'll probably go to 20 and see what we get to. My tree. I'm always so interested to see like new accounts and wonder if they are like alt accounts or they're actually a new player. I would say that they know what they're doing unless they follow a guide. Like as a new player, you probably wouldn't know to go get the dwarven army axe. Also, like, this is crazy. Claws and the axe. I like it. I like it a lot. No boots though. They got full bronze, but no bronze boots. The axe looks cool. one more. $20. Look at it. All right, we'll get this last couple, and then we'll go do. We'll probably start with fire making just to get it out of the way. I only need 10. Probably won't take that long. A couple minutes. Perfect. $180. light a fire here. What about here? That's totally acceptable. Okay, so there's bonfire fire making, which gives you 40 XP. And there's regular fire making, like, you know, the line fire making, and I think this gives you really, wow, gives you 40. So I don't really think, I don't know why you can do that. I mean, I guess I get why you can do it, but I don't get why some people do fire making in a line. We might get this in one inventory, which is crazy. What is that? 800 and 900 and something XP. This is just an event item from the Halloween event. Which I will not be doing. Well, I'm doing it on my main. On here I will not be doing. Look at that. One inventory for 10 fire making. That is great. What is this song? What is up with my mouse? What is this? DC2 mashup. What is that? Unlocked during or after the Halloween 2011 event. Wait, is that right? Yeah. This is wild. Okay. I don't know. The arrow shots will be more useful though. Let's see what a short bow sells for. It's probably not much. I don't think that's even worth it. I think we'll just do... I think we'll do arrow shafts. Just because we can use those later. You know what? We actually need... We need 10. Or no, we need 15 fire making. But we only need 10 fletching. Right? Yeah. That's fine. Let's do this. Some placeholder. I'm gonna preset. This song kind of goes hard too. Easter 2008 event. Sick. Sick in it. Easter 2008. Fletching's gonna kind of suck, I think. I think it's gonna be pretty slow. 7 fletching. Sucks. So let's go back. Let me just check something. Yeah. Okay, so we need to get 15. Fletching. Fletching. Something like that. Why did I think it was 10? Okay, so we need a lot more.
Okay, I'm gonna call it for the night.